Hi, Gemini. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is a space for clear and authentic energy guidance. My intention is to provide insight and support that serves your highest and greatest good. So take what resonates, Gemini. Remember, this reading is yours, not mine. So we're going to connect to your guidance that's waiting for you. I went ahead and pulled some cards already, kind of meditated on the energy before hitting record. So we're just going to dive right in at this time. So your oracle cards, you have be patient. One of our greatest virtues is patience. Learn to be patient with yourself and others. And then you got laughter. Laughter is medicine for the soul. So laugh, even if it is through tears. And I definitely feel that energy here that for some of you, Gemini, you're going through a period where you're emotionally shut down. You don't want to be bothered with no one. It's kind of cold. You're also not even offering anything. It's like I have nothing left to give, so don't ask. That's literally the energy I got, and I'll tell you why. So you got the 9 of swords in reverse, which when I saw it I was like, great. That's great. Who wants the 9 of swords in upright? That's anxiety, that's nightmares, that's, feeling like you can't sleep at night. There's thoughts that's ruminating through your mind. And then you got the 5 of cups right underneath there. So I think for some of you, you may be going either through a grieving stage or you're letting go. There's definitely a sense of lament. There's definitely a sense of like what could have been and kind of looking at these 3 cups. But one thing I do want you to realize, Gemini, is that although whatever this is, it may have been a loss or you may feel, emotionally drained. I think for some of you, that could be it. If it's not a physical loss, you could just feel emotionally drained because those cups are empty. There's nothing in there. But I want you to focus on what's there. And one of the things I like to do when I'm having a particularly crappy week or crappy day, as bad as it is, I always try to at least focus on one good thing to look forward to. And I think for some of you, there's not just one, there's two good things to look forward to. So think of something you have in twos. Some of you could have twins, some of you could have two jobs, some of you can have, two of something that it's like, yeah, I lost this, but I have this. Not just one, I have two of these, For some of you, it could just be two legs, two arms, two eyes, two ears, just being able to have air in your lungs. That's enough to kind of be grateful for. Because I do see here you have the King of Cups and Knight of Cups in reverse. And this is definitely, whenever I pull these initial cards, it is your energy. So King of Cups, emotionally unstable, and that's okay. There's no judgment here. My readings are not about judgment. It's not about, oh my God, no, it's okay. We're not always going to be upright as humans. We can be in reverse. It's called being misaligned, it's called being a little bit unbalanced. And we're going to have those times in our lives, and that's okay. So you are feeling a little emotionally withdrawn, emotionally cold. Like, I don't want to be bothered. Knight of Cups, he's usually offering, he's like, here, and you're like, I have nothing to offer, I have nothing to give, I don't want to be bothered. Then you have the Knight of Cups in reverse, which lets me know whatever this is, it was emotionally dissatisfying. It's like, I'm not satisfied with this. It doesn't feel great. But I think for some of you right now, you do have the Hangman upright, and that just lets me know that a new perspective is coming in. That Hangman comes after the Justice, and it comes right before the Death card, which is an ego death, which is that shedding of skin. It doesn't literally mean death. So I think for some of you, you may be on the verge of one of those spiritual awakenings that happen many, many times in life. It doesn't just happen one time and boom, you're like a spiritual guru or you got your life together. No, these happen constantly when we need to shift, when we need to move, and it's usually, right before an event that shakes us to our core. And I think that's what's happening here. Um, the Hangman is the only major I see here. So this could be very mundane in your regular life, minor things. It could be, I do see emotions here. So this is This is definitely something that's happening internally. I don't see any pentacles and I don't see any wands. So this is definitely internal work that's happening, especially with the swords and the cups. But like I said, right after the hangman, once you release to your higher self and you kind of submit and surrender and kind of self-sacrifice, that old skin, that shedding of the old, that's when that begins to commence. And that's it can be uncomfortable, but it's it's relieving, it's freeing. And I do see that coming up next for you. So just be a little patient, like your oracle card said. One of our greatest virtues is patience and laughter. It is a medicine. So even if it is through tears, try to laugh and also, take a look at what is left in your life and try to just focus on that while you're going through this kind of change in this process. So let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers to see where this could be coming from, Spirit. Let me get a clarifier for the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Five of Cups. What is this, Spirit? What is Gemini feeling a sense of sorrow of? Let's see here. Oh, Six of Cups. Okay. Six of Cups is the card of nostalgia. It could even be childhood things that happened in the past. For some of you, I kind of get a sense that you're holding on to the past, or this is something that has you a bit stuck. And again, more cups energy. So this is definitely happening internally. It could be an old memory. Like I said, Six of Cups is about nostalgia. And in reverse, this could be keeping you stuck. For some of you, you may have to do some, if you know about shadow work or just some internal healing, because I think for some of you, whatever this is from the past is keeping you stuck there. It's keeping you stagnant. So let's see here. Let's clarify the King of Cups. And I'm sorry, my neighbor is cutting their grass, so you may hear their machine. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, King of Cups and Knight of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you're feeling so uninspired right now. I literally just saw the flicker of a flame, and it almost feels like someone blew it out, not physically, but like in a spiritual sense or intuitively. It's like that flame, it's like someone went and just blew it out. And I get it. I'm not surprised that you got the Page of Wands in reverse to kind of clarify the King of Cups and the Knight, because you're not feeling it, and it may even be draining you as far as like your inspiration and your drive and wanting to start new things, or even be, just motivating. So I totally get that, Gemini. Let's clarify the Nine of Cups and the Hangman. Spirit, please clarify the Nine of Cups and the Hangman, please. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there wasn't some sort of reciprocity wasn't given. This can even have to do with, because Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. It's here, you give me this, I give you this. It's reciprocity. It feels balanced, it feels equal. Now this can literally be you too, because that's what I just got, that you feel unbalanced, you feel misaligned, you just feel like you have really high highs and really low lows, and it's just, where's that middle balance? It's like you're trying to find that middle balance, and I think the best way to get there is with that Hangman, because that's going to suspend you into that middle ground where it's like, okay, I'm neither here or there, I'm just suspended, and I'm literally trying to get that alignment from my higher self. Again, I really do feel like there's something coming, there's some sort of, you know um awakening coming, that shedding of that old skin. Something really profound within you guys is really on the brink of happening. It hasn't happened yet, or it may not happen this week, but this may be the precipice to that, where it literally, I almost see like a mountain crumbling, but in order, it needs to crumble so that it can move things and shift things. It's like I see like there's something in the middle of it, and if that mountain doesn't crumble, whatever that is in the middle of that can't get released. And it's like, for some of you, you could have tension too. I'm getting like tension. Like for some of you, you need to move. It's like some sort of movement needs to happen, something that literally shakes you to the core. Sorry. And sometimes the universe, God, source, he puts things in our lives, situations in our lives, even past traumas in our lives, so that we can literally deal with it and not run from it anymore. It's like, if you keep putting it off, you will never deal with it. And I think that's what's going on now. That's literally what I'm seeing from spirit. It's like something needs to be shaken up, and it may feel a little uncomfortable, but nothing is not for your highest and greatest good. This is happening for a reason. So let's get a guidance card here, which I will say, Gemini, I was going to pull the guidance card before, and spirit was like, no, pull it on camera, pull it on camera. And I usually don't pull guidance because I usually just pull like an oracle card, but spirit wants me to give you guidance. Like it wants me to pull a guidance card for you, and maybe it feels like you need it during this time. So let's see. Page of Swords in reverse. There's something that you want to say. There's something that you want to say. Let me turn on the light here because it's rather dark. There's something that you want to say here, Gemini. And it's funny that I turned on the light. Um, and this is you, Page of Swords in reverse, is you have to hold off on something. Let me get one more. Yeah, there's a lack. You feel like you're left in the cold, but this is by you not saying something or not reacting or communicating just yet. That is what's going to bring you out of this feeling of being left out in the cold. So if for some of you, yeah, I do think that right now you do need to kind of sit in the hangman energy, because there is definitely something you want to say, but spirit wants you to be patient, because with that, with holding off on that, it's going to literally bring you out of this feeling of feeling left out in the cold, if that makes sense. It never makes sense to me because it's not my reading. If it makes sense to you, definitely hit a like so I know someone is out there. It's like, you know, ET phone home. Sometimes I make these readings and I don't know if it's hitting anybody, but if if it resonates even just a little bit, hit a like there. But that's what I have for you, Gemini. If this is where I leave you, I appreciate you receiving this guidance. May you carry forward only what serves you, and may your energy remain balanced and protected. Until next time, take care.